All right, recording started, and now time to jump into the show. Hello, and welcome to Paradise. You are listening to Green Dudes, the only Green Day podcast that matters. You are here with your host, that's me, Connor Mack. As always, I am here with my best pal in the Green Day verse, my Green Day comrade in arms, my dude wife for life, my BFFFFFFFFFFFL, my business partner, along with Mr. Billy Joe Armstrong,
That's right.
and just all around remarkable,
Wow.
uh, esteemed scientist and magician, Mr. Connor Kelly.
Connor, you flatter me. You know that? You really you're a bit of a brown noser. You could stand to turn it down just a bit because
Yeah,
I don't know if I deserve all that.
I like sticking up my nose and all that business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true.
It's really funny when you think about the term brown noser.
It is, yeah.
It gets gross real fast.
No, it does. Makes me think that like maybe I shouldn't even have said it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind
Yeah,
of regret
no,
saying
I mean
it.
it's I mean you didn't coin that term.
I
It's
no, you're right.
in the lexicon.
I don't have to
Like
take the bullet for brown noser,
no,
but
you don't. No. I
yeah.
mean, where did that term originate? And is the origin story as gross as it sounds?
Exactly what it seems like. Yeah. Probably. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think someone would just come up with that out of nowhere. So it's there's got to be a colorful history to it.
Yeah, in one particular color.
Yeah, one color in particular. Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
thinking it's like Caesar or something, Like
yeah.
like one of
Caesar.
Caesar's acolytes.
Yeah, no, and it probably Brutus who
I mean, it probably was Brutus, and that's why he was like so upset. Is
he
like
got so pissed.
he got
Yeah.
so pissed. He's like, your nose has been in me, Brutus.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Brutus
I
is
thought
like,
we had
okay,
something
okay. Oh,
special.
so I guess I'm taking it a step too far now. Okay, I can put
Yeah.
something else in you if the
Ex-
nose is too much.
exactly. Yeah.
Talking about a knife, not anything.
No,
I just that also feels like really suggestive. I can put
that
something else.
was yeah. I mean, to the point where I didn't actually think knife at first.
Well, that's why I had to
Yeah.
clarify.
Obviously, Brutus. He's famous. He
Yeah,
does. He stabs Caesar.
they're I mean, both forms of penetration, really. But so
Yeah.
it's really important to specify which one. You know what else I want to mention, Connor?
Yeah.
With the intro, you say that what is it? Your best pal in the Green Day verse, Green Day comrade in arms. You know, we'll get to our discussion and what we're going to be diving into today, but I kind of feel like best pal in the MCR verse, uh, and then instead of Green Day comrade in arms, it's like MC Army
Yeah.
comrade in arms because that was a
MC
thing.
Army
Is
Comrade in
that
Arms. Yeah.
I don't know if that's still a thing. I don't know if they still anyone calls themselves that or does that, but
Only people as old as myself, as ourselves,
yeah,
even remember that term, that name for the fan base. You'll see on Reddit, there's a lot of like some old person being like, "Oh yeah, the MC Army," and then like a Gen Z person's like, "What's that?
yeah,
What's that?" And there's this whole explainer like, "Oh well, back in our day, they're that's what they called the fan base, and there was even a website. It was called a forum." Kind of, it's like a website, kind of like Reddit, but
right.
not quite.
Back then, there was thousands of little Reddits everywhere. You could go
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. It wasn't one centralized Reddit. And some would say that it was a better time.
Yeah. God,
some would say.
we do a lot of like generational commentary on this podcast for some.
I know.
I feel like for a certain kind of listener, it has to be insufferable because
It does. I
I
know.
realize that's like a generational thing in and of itself. I think that millennials are like very uh like occupied with that, and especially as we've like gotten older, we've
Oh
gotten
yeah.
worse. Like
Uh-huh.
I kind of got to take it on the chin a bit here too, because I think even just like millennials love when someone younger than them is not familiar with something that they grew up with, because
Oh
they're
yeah.
like, this is my time, this is my
Uh-huh.
shining golden hour,
Yeah. Yes.
you
Yes.
know, to deposit this worthless information that I've had stored in my head for 2 decades for no reason. Like this is
Absolutely.
it. So we
Yeah.
suck. We suck too. I just gotta throw it out there.
We definitely do. And I think part of it is it's like a cycle, because I mean, obviously growing up and stuff, millennials would get shit on, I think just as much as Gen Z is getting shit
True
on,
enough.
now. Like
True enough.
boomers and Gen X would be like, "Oh, you're all soft, avocado toast,
Hmm.
whatever shit they were
That was the thing.
that was a big thing, yeah. So it kind of just feels like the cycle of life. Like
Mm.
it's our turn now to shit on them.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and it's like I think it's more or less good natured coming from us, at least. I
Yeah.
think you know I mean, and also for a long time, you could be like, oh yeah, Gen Z, they're the future. They're gonna save us. They're
Oh,
doing they're
I
great. They're
know.
better than us.
I
And
know. Look at how
now
that
it's
turned
like,
out.
well, half of them now are just Trump voters. So
Right, yeah, there's a real schism there. Yeah,
yeah, so you
it is
can't really
kind
say
of
that anymore.
it is scary to think about like the cyclical nature of these things, because like I'm really not looking forward to being like 45, 50 years old, still on the internet, like a fucking sad husk of myself, and now all like the 30 something, you know fucking late 20s, early mid 30s, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, suddenly they're talking to whatever the generation is, but they're like, oh, you don't know what brain rot is. You didn't, come on.
This guy doesn't know about Riz.
they're they're gonna calmly and as literally as possible, as academically as possible, they're gonna explain.
Yeah,
I it's it is something, it what goes around comes around, I guess. But
it'll be really funny to see what Gen Z's criticisms of Generation Alpha are.
yeah.
And we'll just be watching from the background, silently laughing to ourselves.
Yeah, you see some of it already. The way they try, I've seen comments already where they're like, "Oh, you know, I think you got us confused." They, and it's so,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know, it's so stupid too. Talking about the whole silently laugh, I feel like that's like Gen X's shtick right now. They're like, "Oh, we're the ones who are just watching the show. We're just watching the three ring monkey circus break down in front of our eyes." I'm always looking at those fucking memes or whatever. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
I know.
Oh my god, you can't win. Everyone sucks. Everyone just
Everyone,
fucking sucks.
yeah,
We're all brown nosers in the end. You can't
true.
fucking help it.
I mean, we're also green nosers,
Yes,
being a the green dudes. But
that's that's true. I'm a shameless green noser.
oh, same here. Absolutely, all
Shame.
green nose all day long, baby. Um, so yeah, we're talking a bit about MCR, and the generational divide in that fandom.
Yeah,
Specifically, because Connor, you and we went to Boston to go see My Chemical Romance perform the Black Parade in full at Fenway Park in right there in Boston, Massachusetts. Um, And Hooey was at a time. Hooey. But before we get into that, because I just made me think of
Yeah,
this. Like like a couple nights before we went to see the show, Connor. I'm like obsessively on the MCR subreddit because I'm just like devouring all the theories of this tour, and it's like very, it's very theatrical. There's a lot going on, so
yes.
I'm just like eating it all up, just like it's 2007, and
Yeah.
uh, and somebody posted, someone's like, hey, I just uploaded this video of an old MCR concert, just like sharing it, and Connor, guess what fucking show it was?
Oh, it must have been what, the one you were telling me about uh when you saw them in Boston at House of Blues. Is that
So,
why this is funny?
well, so the funny thing is like that show is it exists in videos, like that's 2011, so there's a good amount of cell phone footage and stuff there, like, but the one that was uploaded was is a show that we were not at. It's actually uh depressingly, pathetically enough, one of the most one of the biggest regrets I've had in my life is not going to the show. And that show, Connor, is My Chemical Romance opening up for Green Day at the Pepsi Arena in 2005.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was in fifth grade, when you and I had just gotten into the band, months prior,
Yeah.
um, this snuck up on us. Uh, I remember just being so pissed, and I think I've told this story on the podcast, but like the day after the show, there's this kid in my class who his mom works for Pepsi Arena, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to go to the show for free because my mom works at Pepsi Arena. It was awesome." Fuck off, dude.
This is the person we keep talking about whenever we need tickets to go somewhere, and we're like, oh, if
Yeah,
if you have an uncle, if you have a family member who, it's like, that kid is the in,
he
that
is.
people
Yeah,
like that. It's crazy to have the hookup like that in fifth grade, and you're just gonna rocket to the moon, go see MCR and Green Day together.
I know. And I just like I've always thought about that show and like what was it like, you know, to have been there. Obviously, like I don't know. It's like we saw Green Day for the first time just only a few months after that. So, but seeing MCR during the Revenge era
Yeah,
with Green Day in the American Idiot, that just like god damn, how cool
no,
would
it
that have been?
it would have been truly, truly insane. Yeah, what a ridiculous first show that would have been
I know.
if we had gone. But I think that's the thing. Like, I think we have to show ourselves some grace, because in the grand scheme of things, it feels like the timing of that show and the show that we went to only a handful of months later. It's like relatively that's so close. There's no difference. But when you are like a 10-year-old child and you have just gotten into something, I mean, think about even trying to. I do you think that we would have, successfully convinced our parents, like, I just got into this
I
thing.
know. I
Can
know.
I get these, no doubt pricey tickets, and we're fucking kids. You can't go by yourself. Like,
I
oh,
know.
you gotta take us. You got, this and that. Like, I think it's a bit of a hard sell
It
at,
is
at that
definitely.
age, and just how fresh we were into getting into those bands.
Exactly. That's the thing, and it's like because after the show came and went, like I think my parents saw like how bummed out I was, and then like I mean over that summer, like I mean Green Day, that was it for you and me. It was just like all Green Day all the time,
Yeah.
and so they could tell like okay, well this is a thing they're really actually really into. Um, and so I think at that point it was like, all right, I think we can. I think we'll. I think we'll actually do this. I think we're gonna do this now. Uh, And I mean, the concert too, like it snuck up on me because I remember I wasn't paying attention to tour dates, like I didn't really
Yeah,
even know to do that,
right.
and so I think I realized it was happening like just before it happened. So uh there was really no way it was gonna work. But yeah, anyways, this performance now is up on YouTube. And I haven't watched it in full, but I plan on doing that very soon because it's just it's really good, like camcorder quality, like
Yeah.
side of the stage. I'm
May-
excited to watch it.
Maybe we could, you know, maybe we could watch it together. That might be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk about it. But
Yeah, but then that makes me think too. Is like, did the same guy film Green Day or did he just film MCR?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was a diehard MCR fan. Um,
Maybe.
but if you filmed the whole thing, you kind of would think that they would just film the whole show. So
Yeah,
I don't know. So what this just recently surfaced? Is that kind of the
yeah.
deal or
Just like the day, just like 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is wild. And what is this did the stars just align on this date? I mean, like what was the tour set up? I mean, like how many shows did MCR and Green Day play together?
I think they played that entire leg together.
Yeah. But this
Uh,
this was like our one chance in proximity to us in order
exactly,
to make it happen. Yeah, yeah. I
exactly.
guess.
Yeah, because then I think the second leg, obviously they had Jimmy Eat World, and that's the leg that we caught in Hartford, Connecticut. But it's like I don't know. The routing doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really feel like it would happen like that way these days. Like I feel like Hartford and Albany are usually like one after the other if they are if there's a Connecticut and upstate New York show. But
Yeah.
so there I don't know. But during American Idiot, it was kind of like, oh well, I guess now that this album is so popular and this single is, these singles are going off, oh, we're gonna add more shows now because it's like doing really well. And so I think it was kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
Um but
Dude, how
anyways,
how so well, you say your thing. My bad.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, how wild is it that fucking American Idiot and Three Cheers come out in the same year? I mean, like, what a what
I
a
know.
fucking sniper shot to the cranium.
Yeah,
Like
it
what
is.
like
It's
uh
insane. It's fucking insane.
I'm sorry to go back to fucking wistfully talking about the joys of youth or whatever, and what a cultural moment to come up into, um, and the thing I was gonna say, like, as a music fan, but like what's funny is like we weren't. It's like these albums that turned us into people who became
Yeah.
music fans, who became
Yeah.
like real enjoyers of rock and the arts and so many things. It's like uh it's just really really crazy that in such a short amount of time it feels like the trajectory of our lives was just forever altered. We're just like fucking walking around like brainless morons bumping into each other one day, and then like a thunder strike just like activates the neurons in our freaking
Yes.
pathways, and like that was it.
Precisely. Yeah, we were like just creatures living in the ocean, and this is us developing the ability to step on land, to walk on land for the
Yeah.
first time.
So it's yeah, it's just really crazy.
It is, and I mean, I don't know. It's I guess you could call it fate or something, or just coincidence or change. I don't know, but it changed everything forever. Here we are. Both of those records came out on Reprise Records the same year. Just crazy. I don't know. Just insane. And then the 2 years after that, the same guy, Rob Cavallo, who produced American Idiot, produced the Black Parade for
Mm,
My Chemical Romance, which was even bigger for them than Three Cheers was, and I mean, one of the biggest rock records of the '90s, as I like to say.
Yeah, I don't like that you say that, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, that's the commonly used term for that decade. So, um, yeah. So, fast forward 20 years, give or take. We
Yes.
see.
Speaking of the Black Parade,
Speaking of
yeah,
the Black Parade, just a year after Connor, you and I saw American Idiot in its entirety at Stadium, we get to see My Chemical Romance perform the Black Parade in its entirety in a fucking stadium. And I mean, it's at the height of their powers during these albums tour cycles. These artists were not headlining stadiums. They were both firmly in the arena.
yes,
Um, and so time has propelled them both to kind of like both of these albums and bands to like legendary status. And gave them the ability to sell out stadiums, which is crazy. And I mean, in both cases, like we talk shit about Gen Z, but a lot of them they've got good music taste. So I'll give them that.
yeah,
Uh, particularly the half that didn't become Trump voters.
yeah. There's got to be a very strong correlation there. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. So, anyways, Connor, yeah, we went to the show in Boston, Fenway Park. Um, I don't know. It was a whirlwind. It was you and me, your wife and my girlfriend. We all kind of got together and had a really awesome fucking time. Seeing a killer rock show, but not just a rock show. This is you know obviously Green Day did the theatrical thing with American Idiot, and they made it into a musical. My Chemical Romance, because both of the Black Parade and American Idiot, they're concept records.
yeah,
And so so My Chemical Romance kind of were like, yeah, we'll kind of like do the theatrical narrative thing, but instead of like doing a separate musical, we'll just like do it ourselves.
right.
Uh, yeah, and so that's what it was. Connor, I know you did have some like preconceived ideas of the show before going into it. I had shared a lot with you, especially on the first night of tour, where when we were together, I was like uh,
Yeah,
shoving my
I,
phone in your
I was
face.
gonna say, I'd actually put it as you shared a lot at me.
Yeah,
Is how I would
exactly,
describe it. But
exactly.
yes, yeah,
I was just like, look at this, just all night long. Um, so
yeah.
so I just going into it, Connor. What were your expectations, and then just I guess the broad brushstrokes of your thoughts on the show.
Yeah. I mean, my expectations. I definitely knew it was going to be like very grandiose and I don't. It's like hyper drama. It's like it is it is theatrical in a way that it almost feels like this very classical kind of sense, where it's almost all like pantomime shit and like just really stark exaggerated makeup and you know in a way that like you're like visually you're just meant to like understand everything about these characters like the second you see them, and I really loved like the opening of the show with like the propaganda sort of fucking I don't know, like video promoting this fictional country, which
Yeah,
is
yeah. Country
under
of
kind.
Drog.
Yeah, it's obviously it's drawing on a lot of like Russian like fascist kind of imagery uh and so there's a lot of like dreariness uh, but like it's like facing the the hopelessness with a smile on your face. Like I can see why Gerard and the band are like drawn to this, because it's like this is, I think, kind of, it's very much in line with like the imagery and the theatricality of the band over the years, and like this whole idea of I don't know, like being under the boot heel, of this like oppressive evil empire, but it's not, it's I don't know, but it's not like, it's not evil in the sense of like Star Wars, like an evil
Yeah.
empire, it's
Mm.
it feels like much more kind of like, I don't know, mundane and flat in a way. The whole thing of like save your tears for the wheat, and
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
it I don't it's I guess I'm trying to land on this, like I can tell like they're, as like artists, like coming up with this whole concept. I feel like they're having a lot of fun with it, and they're like reveling in like creating this fictional world that, yeah, like the whole show takes place in, that you get to be like a part of, and like not a spectator, like you have like a part in the show, um and yet the way that across, uh because of the oppressiveness of it, it's like everything is like very muted in this weird way. Like I started off saying everything's like grandiose and exaggerated, and it absolutely is, but there's like all this tension with kind of like, but you can't express yourself too much, right? Because it's not allowed in that way, and
It's against
so
the
like the
rules. There's
show,
literally
right,
yeah, a set of rules we are shown before the show starts.
yeah, and they're all, very cryptic, and alluding to other rules that you don't see, or contradict each other, or don't make
Yeah.
sense, or
Mm.
there's a lot of bureaucracy to it. So it's, I don't know, it was really cool. I like all that stuff. We were even saying like, I wonder if we'll get comics about this, which would be sort of like the, sort of like a Danger Days effect. It's like,
Yeah.
what, Danger Days was originally comics and then became a concept record, and who knows what started
Yeah.
first here, but obviously we're
Yeah.
seeing it as a show first. It's like, does this become comics? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Danger Days, it was originally going to be a comic, then turned into a record, then became a comic after after the record. So yeah, it was it could be a similar trajectory where it becomes something else. Yeah. And then you have the whole thing with like there's just what I kind of like noticed, or kind of like was thinking about seeing this show, was like just how many like actors are hired for this production. Like, you have the Grand Immortal Dictator, who is a real person who's just sitting there on his throne at every show,
Yeah,
um, which is crazy. Just watching his empire, or his national band, the Black Parade, performing in his honor. Then you have like the clerk, and these underlings and the soldiers and stuff, and these the auxiliary band members. I just it's a crazy, it's just a huge production. Like, it made me think like I feel like the guys in MCR are like not getting paid much at all for that. Like, I feel like they're paying every, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's just, it costs so fucking much to put this on, that I it's like I wonder what that, like, how that that breakdown goes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
obviously, like, Live Nation is making tons of money off of it, and um, I don't know. It just seems like they're losing money on this tour.
Well, I get what you mean, because you could tell that it's a labor of love, even at, or especially at this scale. It's like yeah, it's it feels very much like a passion project, and not just oh, we're gonna freaking come around. It's this is and this is no shade to the bands I'm gonna name drop, but this is way different. Like when we saw we saw Third Eye Blind, and I forget who they oh, was that a Titus Andronicus, right? They played together. We talked about this a whole bunch when we saw, or I didn't mean to say Third Eye Blind. I meant to say Eve
Yeah,
6.
Eve
My
6.
bad. I meant to say Eve 6. Wow. It's gonna be some millennials real pissed off at me about that.
I know. Pissing off our own.
I meant to say Eve 6. But like anytime they were like, playing anything new, they're kind of like, oh, sorry, we'll get back to the stuff you actually want to hear later, or oh, well, and it's all very like self-effacing and self-aware. Like I'm not saying it was like some sad production, but I think with like I don't know, anniversary shows, legacy shows, albums, it's like sometimes you can kind of get the feeling that some bands just coast on that. You could go fucking see Bowling for Soup play whatever fucking album 1985 is. Like that's like what they do. In some like some bands can go down a route where it kind of becomes this clown show, and it's just like this is what they have. With MCR, they've proven to go even well beyond the Black Parade within their own discography, of course, but to come back and perform it the way that they're doing, it's very clear there must have been some kind of probably very early on discussion where it's like, if we're going to do this, it cannot just be us on stage, just rehashing this for the nostalgia's sake of fucking however many people can fill a stadium, and they're very much like playing on the idea of like them being forced, quote unquote, to like play these songs at literal
that's exactly it. Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of interesting commentary there, and
it is. Yeah,
they really run with it.
Yeah, I mean they're thrust out on stage, and I'm not sure if you caught this, but they actually have to punch in. There's a time clock, and they their time cards as they go on stage, and like I don't know, and then they're killed, or at least Gerard is killed at the end of every show, and gets revived and is thrown back on stage. Every night or every show. So it's like it definitely is a commentary on like bands that feel like they have to do this to sustain themselves. They have to like mine nostalgia to survive, or they're being forced by the powers that be to do that. So I think that's a big part of the idea here.
Yeah. And that camera angle, because it's like when you're watching the show where we were sitting, it's like you could see them on stage, but we're pretty far, so you also spend a lot of time looking at the huge like banner screens.
Yep.
And man, that it's funny to think about like the cinematography of a concert, but I have to say, like that shot at the end where it's focused on like the chalk outline that Gerard is like crawling toward in agony as the show is ending. Man, that was like such a heightened, like moment that I don't know. There was just like a real freaking artistry to that was like really, really beautiful. It's like such a MCR. It feels like just the fucking like coalescence of so many MCR things together. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
In that, the death, the performance, it's just like quintessentially like what My Chemical Romance like does, and I don't know, to execute that as well as they as they did 2025, replaying a record, from almost 2 decades ago. It's like that's just really, really fucking wild. What a way to end the show. The explosions.
Oh, I
There's a
know.
freaking the fucking like mad jester clown or
Uh
whatever.
huh. Suicide bomber clown.
It was
Insane.
it was nuts. It's
Yeah.
quite an ending. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know that the North American tour is there's one more show. So if you get the chance to go to the Tampa show, there could be some. I mean, it could, and this is a show. It's not just static though. Too. It's progressed, and they've been like, it's been cool because like it's very interactive where they'll change things, progress the story, show to show, and like the like the bracelets that people pass out at concerts. Like I think Taylor Swift popularized that, the charm bracelets or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
say things on them. Um, well, MCR fans have done that and passed them out, but for the last two shows, Gerard himself has had bracelets he's thrown into the crowd, and it says on the bracelets in Kaposhka, which is the made up language that they use for the show, which is fucking insane. Um, it says in Kaposhka, it says we are stuck and help us.
Mm.
So they're interacting with the audience, like progressing this narrative, show after show. So like at the end of the tour, like I think there's going to be some sort of finale, or then I mean, or some sort of progression. So yeah, if you get a chance, or if you are in not in America next year, they're going to South America and England. So get there if you can. Yeah, it was really amazing. One of the coolest shows I've been to in a long time. And then after that, they just got on the B stage. They're in the middle of the pit and just fucking rocked out as My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Yeah, which is awesome. You really get the best of both worlds. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's awesome to see them. I don't know, to see that it really feels like you get like kind of a past and present dynamic. Because
yeah,
again, it's like, yeah, like the Black Parade, they're they're doing so much in their performance to make it like modernized and have this commentary, and that's awesome. But then like when they get on the B stage, they kind of lose like the uniforms,
yeah,
all the kind of like pomp and circumstance that they're very much known for, because of course like they had their uniforms for the Revenge era 3 and then Black Parade, like that's Danger Days, like they reinvented themselves so many times, and then you see them on the B stage, it really feels like a moment where like something is kind of like let down, and
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
see them like performing as I don't know, I, I like I in a way that even in like a stadium show just feels a little more intimate, because
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
used to seeing MCR um like dressed up and engaging in some kind of performance, and they still are on the B
Uh-huh.
stage. Of course they still are, and it's not to say that like by doing a performance like you're at a distance from them either. Like all those shows from the past are like just as intimate and raw, and but like it's really interesting to just feel like you kind of get to see them as they are in a way, in a way where
Yeah,
there's not as much distortion to it or something.
yeah. It's like it's losing the mask, losing um the personas, just being the four guys. And then they just like play whatever they want, like there's like three singles that they have to hit every show, and then they just play whatever they want, which is I mean, that's how it should be, I think. It's I love it. It's like, yeah, it's fun not knowing what's gonna come next.
Yeah, Green Day, take note. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
know. I mean,
And they've been doing good. They're playing, but
yeah,
they almost have like the reverse, where it's like the set is like pretty much defined, and then you get like a one or two like, whoa, what's
Yeah,
this? Feels like with the B stage set with MCR, it's more like, oh, these are the few we have to hit, and then it's more like open road.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And so I mean, those are two different strategies, and they are different bands. Obviously with different audiences, slightly different audiences. I mean, decent amount of difference there. I think in terms of engagement, but they could be a little bit looser.
I mean, I'm not here to criticize. I'm just saying, like, it'd be pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
like let's see. Billy, Mike, and Trey. They'll walk back out. Billy's not wearing his tie and a little vest and a pinstripe button
Uh huh.
up. Let's
Yeah.
just see him walk out like in some like big old fucking Kevin Smith like oversized jorts. And
Yeah, like what he wears at home.
I'm guessing, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like let's just kind of lose the facade just a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we
Come
know
out
they're
in like
capable of
in,
it
in
too.
your in your Oakland Raiders Pirates hoodie or whatever,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Come on, that's
Come
all I'm
on,
saying.
guys. But anyways, yeah, it was a fucking amazing show. We had a great time. Very inspiring too, as a fan of as a fan of the band, as a fan of rock and roll, as a fan of art in general. Just it was just very, very, very inspiring, and what a beautiful night for
Yeah,
it too.
it was, and we talked about this while we were there, but just to mention, but and you had already sort of brought this up because you were like, oh man, like how crazy is it? Yeah, we saw American Idiot live in full. We're seeing Black Parade live in full. It's like, as we age, and these things from our childhood are celebrated and brought back around again, because they're enduring, not just for the nostalgia hit, but because they like remain relevant and important. It's like, um it feels like culminations in our friendship sometimes too, like that we've been walking this same road together,
Yeah,
even before those albums came out, but it really does feel like upon hearing those records and getting into these bands together, like, our friendship never got untangled from from these albums and from these experiences, and so to be able to go to shows like this together is really special. Just wanted to throw that out
absolutely.
there too.
No, I couldn't agree more. It was really it was perfect to be there together, to be able to experience yeah, this like really kind of it felt like a milestone for us too, like and for them, because I mean, I talked about this with you there, but like I remember listening to the Black Parade the day it came out in my family's living room on my dad's nice stereo, and we were just we
Yeah,
just the day it came out, we were just jamming it, and ordered pizza or whatever, and that's a great memory. And now here we are at a big stadium hearing it in full 20 years later. So yeah, and I don't know. So it's like, obviously this is a Green Day podcast. But
oh
for
shit, were we
us,
gonna talk about Green Day? Yeah,
yeah. But for us, I think these two are interlinked. So I think
they
it's
are.
it's fair to bring up. But there is also some Green Day news happening.
There is. This is not just an MCR discussion.
No. Um, I think we've mentioned a little bit. There's been some rumblings or announcements. Oh, Green Day's doing a movie. There's a movie about young rock and rollers being that are road tripping to open up for Green Day. Directed by the guy who did Ordinary World, or as we like to call it, Geezer. Um, and guess what, folks? The first trailer for that film just dropped. And guess what, folks? We just watched it. We watched it, so you don't have to. No, you should still, actually, if you haven't.
Yeah.
Um, if you've sat through 45 minutes of this podcast, you can sit through 55 seconds of the trailer pretty easily. Um,
Yeah, true enough.
uh,
And what
yeah.
a
So this
trailer it
is
is.
what a trailer it is. Connor, yeah, we just watched it twice just before recording. What were your first impressions of the trailer?
Um, it's it's funny. Um, and it still kind of looks like a B movie. Like it's kind of cheap. And I didn't expect it to be more than like it doesn't look bad. But like when I say that, it's like this is very much a movie that if you were like sitting down to watch whatever in the movie theater, latest Marvel movie or whatever it is, and there was like the whole run of trailers. If this trailer was just like put into the middle of that sequence, you would absolutely be like, what the fuck is this? This
Yeah.
doesn't belong here. Um, there's nothing wrong with that because they're obviously I don't they're not trying to make some huge Hollywood production, and in fact it's been explicitly said this is kind of meant to harken back to like the road trip comedy movies of the early 2000s, the naughties, as some people say.
Uh-huh.
I certainly don't, but
Some people.
this is kind of meant to be more in line, I think, with something like Dude, Where's My Car, or what was that, like Without a Paddle with fucking Seth
Oh
Rogen,
yeah.
or any
Uh-huh.
any no, fucking Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. It's not exactly like that kind of stoner comedy shit. I'm getting off track, but like I think that's like what they're trying to
Yeah,
tap into a bit. But
I think
it's
so.
funny. It's funny watching the trailer because like it kind of starts off and you have like this short little sequence of the characters talking and it sets up the story, and then you just get like these sequence of like characters just looking at each other and nothing's happening at all, and I'm like, and then it just ends with like footage of you see the back of Billy's head, and Green Day's about to start playing, and uh I I don't I don't know. I'm rambling. Connor, I think the movie looks just fine for what it is.
Yeah.
Um, but what it's trying to be is kind of an understated thing, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean it is really just a teaser trailer. Like I do think we'll probably get like a 2.5 minute trailer at some point before the wider release of the film. Um, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it looks pretty much. Actually, it looks a bit better than I thought it was going to be. Just because like I feel like these things can just go so wrong so easily. Um, just because of like I don't know the type of like young punk humor these days depict like it's just not like it's a lot of the times it's like written and directed by like people who just like don't know how young people actually behave.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think there's like maybe a little bit of that here, but I also don't. I think it's probably it's kind of this short uh, preview that we've seen is immune from a lot of those tropes that some of these comedies go into. Like I'm thinking of like I don't know if you saw. Maybe we should watch this together. But Tom DeLonge's movie, Strange Times, that he did.
no, I
Um,
didn't see it.
it's like really dumb and bad. It's like fun bad, but it's like bad.
Yeah.
It's like him and it's like a bunch of young punks trying to find Bigfoot. So it's
Yeah, that's cool.
uh
That doesn't surprise
anyways,
me because I do think Tom DeLonge. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm gonna be kind of hard. I just think he's kind of an idiot. I think he's
oh no, he is.
just a
I
straight
don't
up
yeah.
kind of a moron.
I don't
Um,
disagree with that. Um,
but he has a beautiful mind. I mean, he's accomplished so much. He got like fucking full bird colonels to go on the record and talk about
yeah,
UFOs and
I know.
played a part in the government, declassifying these. When I say he's an idiot, I don't mean that he's got fucking rocks for brains, but
Oh
like
no, I know.
there
Yeah.
just is this side of Tom DeLonge that is like
Oh
never
yeah.
gonna grow up. Like,
Absolutely, it's impossible for him, and I think just phrasing it as he has a beautiful mind. that's, that's the critique. All I'll say is,
yeah,
yeah, he has a
yeah,
beautiful mind.
yeah.
Yeah, leave it at that. Um, yeah, so I think this movie seems like it's gonna be a bit like I don't know, but it's gonna be a bit better than something like that. I could be wrong. The kids in the movie seem cool and fun to watch. Then we get kind of like flashes of antics, like they're driving a taxi cab, and I don't know, things happening on the
I
way
you know
to
the
the
part
show.
that I did think was funny is it looks like their car's broken down or something, and they're like, "We're in a band. We're opening for Green Day," and this dude who has a tow truck, who I guess is probably supposed to help him, and then just leaves. He's like, "Nobody gives a fuck,"
Yeah,
and
that was funny.
that I gotta say I legitimately chuckled. That was a
Same
good line.
here.
It's a good
Yeah,
delivery.
same here. And then we see a brief flash of a shadowy Fred Armisen leading them somewhere. Very
I
briefly.
did not even catch that. A
I
shadowy Fred Armisen. That's funny.
The second time we watched it, I was like, I gotta make sure, I gotta, is that Fred Armisen? And then I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's him. But he's like, it's very fast and it's like dark. So,
yeah,
um,
yeah. Was he also in Geezer?
he
Fred
was, yeah,
Armisen? He was,
yeah,
wasn't he? Yeah.
he 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 was one of um Billy's old band members in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. What's funny is, with Geezer and Billy, playing the main character in that movie. Of course, there's like, plenty of like, what kind of feel like Green Day nods, or like, oh yeah, this is kind of like, riffing on his wild rock and roll history, and now he's an aging rock star, and like there obviously there's meant to be parallels in that movie that the movie's playing with for sure. um but with this movie, New Year's Rev, like this very much feels like the Green Day movie.
Yeah,
And it's kind of funny because like again with Geezer, Billy's playing the main role. It's like, yes, that commentary is there, but like everything is like very fictionalized, and so it's like, oh, you're taking inspiration from real life, but it's not trying to lean too hard into that either, and of course the story with New Year's Rev here explicitly revolves around actual Green Day and this
yeah,
whole show happening. And so right away, there's references everywhere. The first shot where the kids are talking, you're like, this is the Longview music video,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
and it kind of, I just get the feeling that this movie is just going to be chock full of Green Day references, Easter. It's like
It's gonna be
everywhere,
Easter eggs. It's gonna be Easter egg
everywhere.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
it'll be. I mean, I don't know if it'll be fun for us. I guess it'll be
I
fun to
think it
spot
will
the
be.
references because we're fucking dorks.
This is gonna be the first time in my life I think I'm gonna get the same rush as a Marvel movie fan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. And the funniest thing too is like it's billed as a Green Day story
Yeah,
in the
yes,
trailer, like they do for the Star Wars movies that aren't like the main movies. They're like a Star
right.
Wars story, Rogue
Are
One, a
we
Star Wars
are
story.
we gonna get more? Is this part of
They
the
get the
Green Day cinematic universe? Yeah.
exactly. I know. It's really fucking funny. Even funnier. What's even funnier is like it's like Live Nation Productions. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know that they did that. That Live Nation had a production arm for film. I guess that makes sense, but God, that's I don't know. That's weird. Feels weird.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and then yeah, like you said, at the end we have a really fast close up shot of Billy Joe on stage and the band playing a little bit. We get the pink the drunk bunny who
Yes.
but in a new costume. It seems like it's a new clean costume. It makes me I don't like it actually. I don't like it. It
Yeah,
makes me feel
right.
weird seeing a clean, not dirty pink bunny costume.
Right. Is there going to be some sort of in universe reason for this, or were they just like, we can't fucking show that thing on film?
Yeah,
That
right. It doesn't.
remains
It's
to be
fucking
seen.
disgusting. It's it's falling apart. The second you press record, it just falls to
Yeah.
pieces. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think Flav's underneath that thing?
Oh, I hope so. That would be a
I hope,
fun reveal. That would be a fun cameo reveal, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah, could
I'd
happen.
be into that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited to watch it. I think it's going to be fun. It will obviously have an episode dedicated to it.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time, and I know that this is a movie they've wanted to do for a while. They've wanted to get into doing movies for a while with the band, and so I think it's a kind of like a bucket list thing for them as a group. And also, I think the whole idea is like on this road trip, they're going to be uh, experiencing things that Green Day had experienced during their early tours. So it'll be like that one time they slept with the head in a jar or whatever. I'm sure that's going to be a scene.
Yeah.
Uh, just like all these different things. Like maybe we'll get the nativity scene since it's like Christmas, New Year's set.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Um, we kind of had an opportunity to go
Yeah, I know.
that unfortunately it's not going to materialize. But Connor, we've talked about this, and I did want to mention as we close out our discussion here, but so I'd been in France, and one night when I was like winding down, I'm looking at my phone because I really only had like have service when I was back at where I was staying at night, and I I saw the post that Green Day's made on Instagram, promoting the film and talking about the premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival. And they were like, tickets are sold out. They're sold out. And I was like, what? Sold out? I'm like, I kind of forgot that this was happening. I was like, it'd be cool to go. And so I immediately go onto the Toronto International Film Festival website, and then you can scroll through all like the hundreds of films that they're showing over the course of the film festival. Find New Year's Rev, takes me to I think it brought me to Ticketmaster, and I was able to find two tickets seated next to each other for Friday, September 12th, what was billed as the world premiere of the film at the Toronto International Film Festival. And I'm like, they're not sold out. I have to jump on it. And so, without even really thinking about it at all, I bought the two tickets. I didn't ask you. I didn't say anything. I couldn't do anything. I was like, I just have to buy these tickets
Yeah.
and figure it out later. And I just sent you the screenshot of like, you're going to the Toronto International Film Festival. You got two tickets. And I was like, I don't even know if this can happen. And so we ended up talking about it, and the short answer is it can't really happen. And it's that's the way it's not. It wouldn't be easy for me either. Like it's not like it's easy to just up and go to Toronto. Like I'd have to take off work. It's not close to us. You know, we'd have to go on like our own New Year's Rev fucking journey just to get there.
I know.
Um, but you know, we discussed it. It's not in the cards. I hope whoever ends up with my tickets has a great time.
Yeah,
Um, and the Green Dudes will eventually be watching that film together, I'm sure. So
absolutely. We will. Yeah, we'll catch it. I mean, who knows what kind of viewing opportunities will pop up closer to us in the nearish future. We'll keep our eyes and ears peeled for that. And yeah, Connor is being very generous. He's selling the tickets for a reasonable markup of $500 each. So that's not bad at all.
yeah, you wouldn't believe what I paid for him. So it's
I
not
know
bad.
you're getting him at
Yeah,
a deep discount. Um, but yeah, that would have been so fucking cool. And it happened that it just happened in the whirlwind of me, selling an arm and a leg to go see MCR and some other things, and it just unfortunately couldn't pan out. But that's being a Green Day fan, and this has happened before. Where I've bought tickets to things on impulse, and then just been like, oh wait, there's just no way I could do this. This just
yeah,
isn't possible, actually. Um, and so in my mind, like buying the ticket isn't like a guarantee I'll get to go to the show. It's like okay, well if I can make it happen, then
right.
now then I
You're
can
you're like making a reservation for it.
I'm making a
Yeah,
reservation exactly. And then if I can't go, I'm only sacrificing like the difference between what I can sell them for and what I paid. Um, so that's kind of how I've always thought of that. But yeah, and whoever does get them, let us know. Like, or if you're going, let us know your crazy New Year's Rev journey to the premiere. We'd love to hear
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's because we had mentioned Geezer too, and Connor, you got us tickets. I think we mentioned this already, but when that came out, what was that? 2015.
2015, yeah.
You got 2 tickets to go to the premiere of that movie at the Tribeca Film Festival
Tribeca, yep.
in the city, and like that was crazy because Green Day was there, and after the film, we got to see them perform. Like that was such
It
a
was insane.
remarkable experience.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're right though that there's no way that this can be that because uh Green Day they have other obligations. They're still playing.
yeah.
They're what, South America.
They're in South
So,
America. They're playing a show that night.
you know,
I checked.
ultimately, uh it obviously it would be awesome to go, but like as we've talked about it, it's like okay, so we'd be doing all this just to be there to see the movie that technically sort of isn't really the premiere anyways because there's been other
Yeah,
like
there's.
these small pockets of showing. What is it with that?
I know it's very annoying. This happens like with every movie. I feel like
That's the thing.
happened for
That
Dune too. Like
yes,
it's
that's
like,
that's
oh, the worldwide premiere. Oh wait, there's a sneak preview premiere that's happening a few days
yeah,
before.
that
Tickets available now.
that does rub me the wrong way. I think that's probably a really millennial thing for me to get fucking bothered about, but because that's the you used back in the day, you used to have midnight premieres, and like that was
Exactly.
that was the thing. It was like, oh well, it has to be at midnight because that's the day the movie comes out, and that's technically the absolute earliest showing you could possibly go to.
Yeah.
Because if it says it comes out on fucking September 12th, then you cannot go see it the day before. You have to see it that day at fucking midnight. There was like a kind of a collective electricity to like knowing that, and now it's like,
Definitely.
you could have just gone to see it, Wednesday at a matinee showing.
I know. It's a
What?
bummer. It's a big
What is
bummer.
that? What is that? So I don't know if it did feel like a more singular experience, maybe I would have twisted your arm a little bit. But
Yeah.
as we talked about it, I think you're right, Connor. The Green Dudes will catch this movie when we catch it.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, like I said, there could be some other cool pop-up things that happen. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited for it. It'll be a blast, even if it's like fucking terrible. It'll still be fun.
Oh yeah,
So
100%.
I'm excited regardless. Folks listening, let us know your thoughts and your expectations, your theories on this movie. Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see who is in the drunk bunny costume?
Yeah.
Would that be the
Yes.
big reveal? Is it Fred Armisen? Is it Bobby Lee? Uh, I don't know.
Will Billy Joe? Will either of Billy Joe's sons make a brief cameo appearance
Oh
in the
yeah,
film?
yeah. I mean, it's quite possible. Actually, Jacob did write some songs for the film I saw.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, so a lot to look forward to, and yeah, of course, on the next episode, we'll be talking about Stewart and the Avenue. Get back into our Insomniac discussion, get back on track, get back on the horse. Uh, we'll be rocking and rolling like a well-oiled machine in no time. Connor, any final thoughts on anything we'd discussed on this episode?
No, no, just uh, just that I love you, buddy, and I'm just so
Hey,
grateful for the experiences we get to have together as lifelong friends and fans of the same artist, and you know, not being able to go to something doesn't mean anything because just think of all the things that we have done and all the things that we
exactly.
will do in the future.
Absolutely.
I just hope you know I really appreciate that, man.
Hey, I do. I love you too, buddy. I appreciate your moxie for this. Uh, and I hope you know that I do. And yeah, green dudes forever. That's what I got to say.
Hell yeah.
Um, folks, please head on over to Apple Podcasts, give us a nice rating and review. You can follow us on social media at Green Dudes Pod. Email us with your thoughts, questions, concerns at greendudespod@gmail.com. Uh, Most importantly, though, as always,
Stay
stay
punk.
punk. All right. We're done.
Nice.